Business time.
Boom! Business.
Business.
As y'all might know, we've done some things in business, and we've grown some businesses, and we've done some things, and we obviously can't speak today. Anyway, this came from a YouTube PM. That my man who checks my YouTube PMs, I can't get to all of them, so I have someone look at them for me. I'm gonna be real here. Yep. So if you get an answer you don't like, it's his fault. Anyway, check it out. This comes from Wow Sins. Wow Sins. 2 Z's. Hey, been a long time subscriber, and I remember you used to answer questions about your business lifestyle and all that. I think you made a separate channel for it, but I couldn't find it. Anyways, we're just keep this on the Tiger Fitness channel, man. It is what it is.
One place.
I recently started my own e-commerce website in clothing an ethnic-specific niche.
Okay.
I did my research and found that there is a market for it and all the formalities to it. My question to you is, how did you handle all the wealth of knowledge in regards to marketing, advertising, and just expanding? I'm a currently second-year college undergrad that goes to an Ivy League school, but I'm just starting to realize that I'm not interested in my degree at all, and just self-taught myself via books and online websites on how to start a business and creating a business model plan and all that fun stuff. Any helpful comments or things you could tell someone wanting to start a business would be appreciated. Do you have money?
Well, I think
you don't need money necessarily. My brother is good.
Money's a good thing.
Money helps. Capital investment does help, or having some money, or having an idea of how to obtain money, or how to organically grow the money. Well, you're going to an Ivy League school. Brother's got money.
Not necessarily. They have loans.
You're right. He could have
grants and scholarships.
I don't think you should drop out of that school. Here's why. While no one's going to look, if you notice on a resume, and I've looked at a lot of these in my day, you got work. Degrees are down at the bottom of the resume.
Generally.
But it's a gateway, and God forbid this business doesn't work out, you need a degree to get in the door. And if you have a degree from Yale or Harvard, generally that looks good on a resume.
Generally, it's good.
I like having my resume. And who knows when I might have to use it one day. So get that damn degree. Get that out of your head. Start this. Do a side gig. Let me tell you what Chad, the CEO of Tiger Fitness, did. You want me to tell you what Chad did?
Tell me what Chad did.
I'll preach on it. He started Tiger Fitness with his money he had to from his college scholarship to eat food with. I believe it was. So he literally was doing that as a side job, got his degree, and now he owns a business, but he always has that degree. That degree is your foot in the door. Because here's what they do when they're looking at resumes. Okay, boom, 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 okay, bachelor's over here, everybody else, done!
Right.
Out of there! You're not even in the friggin' running!
Nope.
And you're gonna have a bachelor's from an Ivy League school!
Yeah, no, Mark, I couldn't agree more. Like, let's say his business works, and he's the next Zuckerberg, and he's got Facebook too, right? Absolutely. What is the chance of that happening? When 90% of small businesses fail?
Over 90.
In the first year, right?
I mean, it's crazy.
So you know what? Should we consult that this kid doesn't do a business?
No.
Absolutely not.
No,
right?
follow your dream.
But it's risk reward, right? And when you have risk reward, you know what I love to have is contingency. And his contingency is that piece of paper from that Ivy League school that says, I got a degree from this school. So if he has to go to a regular job and he's going to IBM or Yahoo or whoever he wants to work for, and they're going to look at it and say, hey kid, what'd you do? Oh, I started this business and I failed, and but I tried really hard. And they're gonna say, good, well, where's your degree? Well, I got this experience for my business. And that doesn't get very far, right?
But he's not going to get in the door. That's the thing. He's not going to get the interview. You need the interview.
Right. So to say, hey, you know what? I graduated from XYZ University, and you know what? I started my own business, and it lasted for 2 years. You have a story to tell. You have experience, but you also have that piece of paper. And for most jobs today, and I know people that have been in this situation, if you don't have that degree, not only will you not get the job, but in the future, you're not promotable, right? I know somebody that worked for did work for a major retailer, one of the top couple in the world, and they were extremely good at what they did, and literally they had an associate's degree, and they had been grandfathered into the company, but they had an associate's degree, didn't have even a bachelor's degree, and they were not able to be promoted within this organization to the next level, like a director level job, even though they were qualified, because they didn't have that piece of paper. So do I say you have to have a master's, you have to have a PhD? I'm not saying that, but when you have the opportunity, kid's probably 3 years away, 2.5 years away from having their degree, finish the deal, do the thing on the side like Chad did, but you got to have that piece of paper. You will regret it in the future. You will regret it.
And Chad's a unique case. Chad's a genius, by the way. I love Chad. I'd have his 4th child if he'd let me. But let me tell you about Chad. He's a unique case. What I recommend is work for someone else. That's what I did. You know, I went and I worked for Weeder, but at that time I got a chance to work with Dr. Jim Wright, Dr. Jeff Spani, you know, Dr. Jeff Feliciano, and a bunch of people way better at
Name
business than I
dropper.
am.
Name dropper.
I'll drop names. Did I mention Joe Weeder?
No, you didn't yet.
Okay, Joe Weeder.
Name dropper.
Yes. No, but I got to work with all those people who taught me a lot. I also, throughout that, got to meet a lot of businesses. I got to see what they did right and what they did wrong. And at that point, it also gave me, look, on my resume, all you see above Weeder is started company, got lucky. You know, started another company, got somewhat lucky, and okay, somehow he's still feeding his family. That's all you see. What you see below that, where Weeder starts, is ran magazines, worked for American Media, Star, Inquirer. You see diversity.
Right.
You see not only can this meathead promote supplements, but he can also sell ads in the Inquirer. Which, by the way,
You might as well know.
yeah, which by the way, you just lack ethics.
Right,
That's
right.
exactly what I did.
Oh, that'll work.
So you know, you need that diversity. Work for someone else. I encourage it. You need to learn what not to do, if anything.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think the other part of this is whether you work for somebody else, or especially if you start your own business. I mean, we grew up in a family where our parents had their own business, right? So we were making cookies and working in a bakery from the time we were
Cookie.
Cookie. It's another story for another day. But the point is, you're going to work your ass off, right? And as somebody who manages a team of people in my company, I want people that work harder, think smarter than anybody else, right? Doesn't mean you're punching a clock. Doesn't mean you have to work every weekend. The point is, I want people that work hard. If you're doing your own business, you have no choice. You have to work. Nobody works harder than somebody like my brother or my mother when we were growing up. Seriously, for years that I swear our mother was in that store for 100 hours a week.
Oh yeah,
I'm legit, right? Like totally legit.
And there's not.
So
I mean, we're just.
That's what it takes.
We were texting the other day. It was
takes.
9 o'clock. It's like, okay, we'll meet at the gym I'll pick you up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm still working. I'm like, I'm in my basement right now working too. So I mean,
do what you do.
It is what it is. Starting a business, there's no 9 to 5. And here's the thing, my brother, he's, you know, you're not the owner, so he still has to work when he's on vacation. Right. But here's the thing, I went to Myrtle Beach. I still worked 8-hour days because I was launching a company. Right. I think I'm going to end this with, we've given you enough info. Yeah. I think I'm going to end this with the best quote I've ever had in my life. I've said it on this channel before. It was from my father-in-law, Tim, who, as you know, is a successful business owner, owned a security business in Culver City, California, until he passed away.
Right.
And I was doing a paper for college. We didn't get along that well, but he let me interview him. And I said, Tim, my only question in this interview, and it was the shortest paper ever, what's the definition of an entrepreneur? He was actually building a lamp at the time. He looked at us, an asshole. And here's the reason why. Anybody who believes that they can be one of the few successful entrepreneurs who doesn't fail is a fucking asshole. So, anything to add to that?
There's nothing. You know what? That's true though. It's survival of the fittest, right? King of the jungle. I don't think Zuckerberg was the nicest guy in the world, right? Pretty damn successful. You're stomping on everybody who gets in your way, and I think at that point you have to have a different level of mentality. Because starting a business,
it's not a game. That was awesome.